It's been 1 week. Without the sugar. Without sugar fasting. Without the sugar diet in general. The message from the very beginning was supposed to be sugar in the absence of fat. Sugar in the absence of fat gets you lean, gets you shredded, makes you lose weight. And I believe strongly in that message in the very beginning. I take that back. No, I didn't. I wasn't sure. Like a lot of you, I was not sure about that message in the beginning until I got to trying it. And then that made a believer out of me. But I always felt like there was something a little bit more to that message than just the sugar alone. Last week, I promised y'all a weigh-in 1 week later. And y'all know at the end of the sugar fasting and sugar diet that my weight loss had started to slow down. Because, I've gotten leaner and it's harder to pull off, the big weight loss numbers. So, instead of, losing like a pound a day, I was losing like a pound every other day, and then it went from like a half a pound to 2 pounds every 2 days, So it got a little harder to, the more weight you have to lose, the quicker it comes off. And that's been my experience with just about any diet I've ever taken on. But it was kind of amazing, to be able to eat sugar, drink sodas, eat fruit, with fruit juice, and weight would come off. It's kind of like really nice and kind of easy for someone like me, who loves food, such as cooking and eating out, which my channel's full of food reviews and fast food and stuff like that, which I swung to after losing a whole bunch of weight in 2022 and then regaining it. The whole story is documented on this channel. The past almost 4 years now have been documented completely and solely on this channel. And out of nowhere, the sugar diet comes, and it's a chance for me to redeem some of that weight loss. And I do. And imagine a lone wolf like me. A lone wolf like me being put right in the mix, right in the highlight of everything that is sugar diet, sugar fasting related. A lone wolf like me. I heard Barry and a bunch of other carnivore MDs done a video the other week. They come out, killing the message of the sugar in full force. And it was easy to do because of the word sugar in the first place. It kind of killed it was dying to the point where people were afraid of it. They were afraid to mention it. A lot of the people who are mad now about our coach abandoning it and starting to go with something else, they weren't even posting content while all the big attacks were coming out of every direction, from the mid-sized channels like VD and some of the rest of them out there, and the larger ones, when the attacks were happening, that you kind of was hearing crickets from a lot of the sugar dieters and content creators. Not all of them, but a good majority of them. So the message was killed, or was it? Or was it killed? Or was it really dead? Was sugar even the message to begin with that should have been pushed? Because, everybody wanted to put the focus on the sugar from the good everyone was having because it was fun. It was fun. It was energetic. And everyone wanted to, push the focus of it, like even the people who were coming out against it, they wanted to push the focus on the sugar. They didn't want to talk much about the whole absence of fat thing at all. It was all about the sugar. And people were scared of that label. People got real scared of that label. I gotta admit, I was on shaky ground myself trying to talk about it. Because I knew from the very beginning that the sugar message was not the message to be pushed. It was gonna fall on its face, but sometimes when you got a good coach, they know these things before these things even happen. They always have that escape plan. I tell you what makes a good coach. I had a coach in high school, and I was not, on the football team or anything like that, but I took gym. I like gym class and stuff. And I can remember being in gym class, and it was like some bad weather outside. So in the gymnasium, they had set up some kind of floor hockey type of game. I ain't never played hockey in my life. I played a little bit of soccer, messing around at recess and stuff coming up. Played a little bit of soccer, and it's kind of like soccer but with a stick. And I was kind of scared of that puck, coming flying at me. And they put me on the goalie. They put me as goalie. This wasn't like, an official hockey league puck, It was kind of, like a softer puck. But still, it could hurt when it hit you. It hurt a little bit. And there was a girl playing for the other team that I wasn't on, She scored on me like 2 or 3 times. Coach Prescott was his name. Tough screw. He pulled me to the side and he crawled my tail about it. He said, "You gonna let a girl get that fast? She's a much better player than you," and yada, 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 and blah, 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 and this and that. And I was mad, and the next thing I know, I was so mad the fear of that puck was gone. And this girl, she had a bunch of, acne problems. We called her Sausage. I have you know, Sausage did not score another puck when she come up in my goal again. And we won that game in that gym class that day. And every puck that was coming at me, I was jumping on it if I had to. Just like that coach told me. He was yelling at me. He said, "You do anything to block that puck. Anything." He was a madman, and this was just gym class. And after it was all over, I was still mad and huffing and puffing, and he come and patted me on the back. He said, "Good work, T-Hawk." That's what they called me back in those days, because my real name is Tom Hawkins. T-Hawk. And after that pat on the back and that smile from that coach, I learned something. That he wasn't just coaching me, but he was coaching the girl who was going up against me as well. He was teaching her not to be so overconfident in your ability just because someone's afraid of the puck. I walked away smiling, gleaming. She walked away with tail tucked between her legs. Coach taught two people a different message that day. So you know you got a good coach when he can coach multiple people. Those carnivore coach, especially Barry, when he talks to you, he's talking to you like this, and this is bad for you, but if you eat like this, you know, things will improve and will be very good for you, and satiating and very good, and in such a way that you're gonna feel great. And I mean, just talking to you like you're in romper room. And most people, you know, and during that, you know, carnivore talk, you know, they were putting down the sugar and this and that, and then, you know, you seen the Baker fat fasting video and all of that, you know. Sugar diet was dead at that moment, y'all. It was dead at that moment. And the only way to turn it around was to preach the real message that everyone seemed to be missing. Everyone seemed to be missing. Last week, I done my last weigh-in from the sugar diet, and this was that weigh-in. Good morning, folks. It is June 25th, 2025. It is Wednesday. And it's almost straight up 11 a.m. in the morning. Super busy. I just got back home. Had to run and get an oil change after I dropped my son off at his day program. So my weight is kind of up by 4 points from yesterday. And we'll talk about that in just a minute.
266.8 pounds.
So not too bad. 266.8, so we're up 0.4 pounds. Now it has been 7 days. 7 days on low fat. Y'all have seen me eating TVP. Y'all have seen me eating lean chicken, lean turkey. Shoot, my light bulb's blowed out. Oh, okay, I got my phone right there. Y'all seen me eating lean vegetables. Y'all seen me eating a whole lot of meat and protein sources. A whole lot of them. I've had spaghetti. I've had sloppy joe. I went to the Cracker Barrel with my wife off camera, you know, because I got family time, and I've gotten the grilled chicken breast there. They got the most amazing grilled chicken breast at the Cracker Barrel. They bring you two of them, and they are tender, and they're so delicious. They got sides like baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, steamed broccoli, some cabbage, different things on the menu, you know. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I've been eating like that. One day I went and ate a turkey burger, which also was a place that had sides and vegetables. I wound up eating that turkey burger along with a sweet potato and a baked potato. I've been eating good for the past 7 days. No sugar sources whatsoever, except for the one day I had the smoothie for breakfast. That was the only time I've eaten anything that was kind of even sugar diet related. And even then, it was just straight fruit and the fruit juice. It was no added sugars or anything like that. It was just a regular healthy smoothie. That was it. So I promised you a weigh-in a week later, and I know Cola's saying no weigh-ins.
Hello. Please step on the scale.
But I am a man of my word, and I think you all need to know. This is something you need to see.
Your weight is
Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? That right there. Today is Wednesday, July 2nd. The day I said I'd weigh in. That right there. "7:40 a.m. in the morning, 2025, July 2nd. Wednesday, July 2nd. My bad. Wednesday, July 2nd. You know how much weight that was? And you know my weight loss slowed down with the sugar diet, right? You heard me say that a few minutes ago, right? Look at this. No sugar in my diet this week. All low fat. 1990s style low fat. It's been amazing. I can't keep it up no longer, folks. I'm happy as a lark, man. Things are working out good. I have been... Look at this. 4.6 pounds. Almost 5 pounds of weight loss. Lacking 4 points. Almost 5 pounds of weight loss in a week. What do you know? The low-fat 90 style diet works. The message has never been the sugar. It should have never been anything about the sugar. The message should have been the absence of fat and nothing else. The absence of fat, people. That's all you need to know. That's the message you need to learn. That's the message you need to hear. That's the message you need to spread. That is the message that is hard as hell for them to come after. They can't come after that one because you're eating lean meat, protein sources. You're eating starchy sources like potatoes. You're eating different things like that, without the hard-hitting candies and the sodas and all of the bad for you stuff. It's a harder message for them to come after because it is nutritionally sound. And there's a lot of people out there with health conditions such as myself that also makes it harder to come after the alpha-gal syndrome, the allergic reaction to red meat that people have. They say thousands of people right now have it and don't even know they have it. It could be causing a lot of people's weight problems and inflammation, then they don't even know it. Imagine having it and being on the carnivore diet. I've been there, and you can't lose weight to save your life because you got all this inflammation that you can't explain, and the only way it comes off, and it's working for other people, is because of the fact that you could do a 40-hour fast, and then the weight comes off, and then you start eating a little bit more carnivore. And then when you start eating the more carnivore, some weight comes back on. Then you have to fast again. So the message doesn't, really resonate with the food that you're eating on a carnivore diet. It doesn't resonate because everybody can take it away from you and say, "Oh, well, you were fasting. That's what caused your weight loss. Didn't have nothing to do with your diet." That was what I went through on the carnivore diet. So low fat. The absence of fat. That's the only message you need to know. Has nothing to do with the sugar. Yeah, it's a part of it. But that is not the main message in it. The absence of fat has always been the main message. And I saw it from the beginning. I saw it from the beginning because I've lived it. All of you Gen Xers in my channel, y'all are coming out and telling me, oh yeah, we done this. We know this works. We know it does. We've been there. We know this works. I can't believe this message went away. Here it is. It's coming back all over the place. I'm just happy to be a part of it. And the reason I am is because, let me be honest with you, man. I'd much rather eat some super lean ground turkey meat spaghetti baked with some low-fat cheese on it, you know. I'd much rather eat some a taco pizza like I made yesterday, or just open up those fat-free pretzels that I have and dip it in that chipotle ranch that I made out of that low-fat Greek yogurt yesterday. Just sit there and eat that as my protein source and be totally satiated for hours off of it. Hours. Or make me up a taco situation out of it, like I did yesterday, you know, with the pizza. I ate hot dogs the other day made with 99% lean ground chicken as my chili. What more could I offer to show you that it works than this? Than the results themselves. Stay tuned for more results as the days go along. The message should have always been the absence of fat. And here we are. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Tell me what you think down in the comments. And that is all I have for this one, folks. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.